here we go. Professional. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tactical Advance. No. Just teasing. This is DG360. Welcome to DG360, everyone. I want to tell you something. I've been playing Dual Universe off and on. Mosquito, I don't know if he's in chat right now, but he was earlier. And I happen to like Dual Universe. And today, Dual Universe is open beta. No more NDA. No more NDA. So I'm thinking maybe I might put some out on the channel. And now I can talk about it. And I will say this about Dual Universe, that it's a smooth experience. There's Angry Mosquito, and everybody golf clap for Angry Mosquito, because he got me this a while back, and I've been playing it off and on for a couple months. Not intensely, but to the point where I find it enjoyable. Let's watch the official trailer that came out 3 months ago. Some of you might not be aware of this game, but I'm very happy to announce that it is an open beta today, and they have finally dropped the NDA, which I thought was ridiculous. Now you'll see a lot more Dual Universe on everybody's channels. So let's watch the trailer.
When the neutron star destroyed Earth, you and millions of others were sent on a mission to find humanity a new home. As your Ark ship touches down in an undiscovered solar system, you must decide how you will rebuild in this vast new world. Welcome to Dual Universe, a revolutionary MMO set in a world shaped by its players. Dual Universe allows millions of players to interact with each other in a single, fully editable world. In this
the crafting
universe,
is great.
Every ship built, every city founded, and every battle waged writes a new chapter in the history of the game.
And sorry to interrupt, but I do have to say a few things about this game right now. So there is not the fidelity in this, or the graphical output quality that we see from Star Citizen, obviously. But on the other hand, it's not like a Lego. It's not like a Lego game. There's a lot more detail than a Lego game. In fact, there's detail upon detail in this game. The crafting mechanics are wonderful. The trade, the economy is wonderful. It can be a bit of a shit fest, though, because everybody's making their own thing. You can clog it up. Nobody wants to see giant flying pink dildos everywhere. And, you know, to the point where I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to see a lot of that initially. But I think it'll clean itself up as more people get involved with the actual game design and the gameplay of organizations, and join these larger groups, and everybody makes things uniform and they battle over resources. So, you know, I think over time what you'll see is you'll see like a mishmash of everything, and then you will start to see it, you know, tone down on the Second Life kind of thing that happened with Second Life, which was a mess. You know, everybody did everything. It was like an eyesore everywhere. And, you know, in concept and theory, that's great because it's all player driven. But at the same time, there were no game elements designed to like kind of make sure that when you log in, it's not a mishmash. So I think over time, what we'll see from Dual Universe is a way to implement game mechanics that will kind of limit the do whatever you want kind of. I mean, like the do whatever you want theory is great, but at the same time, it can sure ruin the experience, you know? Right. Like Mosquito says, eventually only the best of the best will be successful, and those people will squash out all the dildos or do whatever they want with them. I mean, it's up to them, really. And if you don't like what they're doing with the dildos, then you can be the most powerful person, and you could do with what the dildos that you want to do with. I mean, it's anybody's dildo, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
In Dual Universe, you can build anything you can imagine, from simple outposts and ships to massive space stations. You can create awe-inspiring structures on your own, or unite with other players to build flourishing cities. With a well-designed spacecraft, you'll be able to explore and claim territory on...
Now, notice they said with a well-designed spacecraft. They're already trying to gear the people to make well-designed spacecrafts. Like, please, please, please make it a well-designed spacecraft.
Any planet you can reach. The game features a real market economy where every player creation can be bought, sold, or traded.
This is the juice. This is why I love this game. Your own creations, you can make blueprints, okay? These blueprints can be sold. Your creations can be sold however you want to package it, however you want to put the ribbon on it. And then this is why I love this game. This, for an industrial type gamer, is the juice. And I'm telling you right now, I love the manufacturing, crafting, and economy side to the game. Love it.
Traded. Within this economy, you can mine raw materials and develop industries to mass produce goods. There are many ways to become wealthy and powerful in Dual Universe.
Yes, I love that. I love that about this game.
Players can join forces by creating organizations.
And this that they're explaining now will clean up the dildos.
United, you can build massive business empires, start colonies, and even found nations. As your organization's influence grows, you will need to form alliances and be prepared to defend your interests in battle. In Dual Universe, combat can range in scale from a simple one-on-one skirmish to massive warfare with hundreds of ships. You can be...
Also, you can have hundreds, if not thousands of people in the same instance because it's so, like, the graphics do not demand a lot on the PC side. The graphics do not demand a whole bunch in order to have like this persistence to have the hundreds to thousands of people in the same instance. So you're not going to have issues with that in Dual Universe. The negative to that is that the graphics aren't great. But, you know, you can have like the fleet battles right now in Dual Universe. You know, a lot of people saw the 30,000 people test that they did, and they said, well, these aren't all real people. Some of these are bots. Yeah, some of them were. In fact, I got the number. It was 27,000 bots and 3,000 real people. So even if there were 3,000 real people and 27,000 bots logged into one instance on a planet, that's a hell of a lot. And that's my kind of like fun right there. So, you know, that was kind of like a fun little talking point that I didn't go over or follow up a video I had done on the 30K test. And we're not talking about 30K bug error that we get in Star Citizen. We're talking about 30K people, bots logging in. And 3,000 of them were actually people. So you're going to have the fleet battles. It might not be the ships you want to look at because they're going to look like giant freaking squares or dildos, but you'll be able to have those battles.
Be the solo pilot of an agile fighter or command a large warship that needs a crew of players to man its many weapons. You can also repair and modify your ship in the middle of a firefight. In our shared universe, players are given unprecedented.
And I will say that the atmospheric graphics, the actual quality of the planet, the geography, the topography, everything's very pleasing to the eye. It's not as detailed, but it still has its own type of charm to it, has its own appeal to it.
Freedom to shape their world. Every battle won or lost.
And thank you, Mosquito, for throwing in some detail to the video.
And every nation founded has a meaningful impact as players create history and invent the future.
Notice that design on that station.
Your world.
Did that look familiar? Look at that. Look at that station. Look at that. Look at that station. Look at that orbital station. Does that remind you of anything? You know, so what you have to deal with is that it's a bit toned down. Okay. It's a bit toned down on the graphics, but it's still pleasing. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great or what we're accustomed to with Star Citizen. It's somewhere on the middle to lower end of the spectrum with the graphics, but it's still, you know, for what it does, it's still good. And I might put some of this on the channel. I might. We'll see if this does good. And me talking about it, about the beta. We'll talk about pricing after this trailer.
Create history.
Because they have a subscription plan.
This is your world. How will you leave your mark in Dual Universe?
Yeah, so let's go over the pricing right now. And for those of you still with us here, we can go over the subscription model. So 3 months is $20.97. It looks like it's about a $7 a month fee. 6 months, $38.45. 12 months, it's all $7 a month. Like, what is going on here? So yeah, now here's the thing that I would suggest. And I'm not even quite sure if they have this yet because I didn't explore it this deeply yet. But what I would suggest for Dual Universe is they do what Eve did. And they make it so that you can buy a subscription in the game with in-game credits. Because it opens it up so where people will continually log back into the game. Thank you, Good. Welcome to the family, man. Thank you. Welcome to the family, Good. And so you open it up to like people who continually log in and the numbers look great for the game because you got repetitive repeat playing. People come back. They got to grind it to get like credits. In Eve, they call them Plex. So for those of you not familiar, Eve Online is a game that's been out for ages. And eventually what they did is, to their subscription model is they made an in-game buying chit that's called Plex. And it used to be like 200 million ISK to grind. And I think somewhere it's like around 2 billion. By the way, I think I have 40 of them. I think I have 40 of them lying around. I mean, one hell of an investment. I mean, like... So anyhow, that's what I would suggest the Dual Universe do if they haven't done it already. A lot of people were upset when they heard that Dual Universe was going to go to a subscription model, and they were like, "Oh no, subscription." But it depends. Like Eve Online was a subscription model, and man, I didn't mind. Eve Online was $15 a month, and you know, I didn't like it, but I paid it. And I lived it. I lived in Eve for 5 years. And then when they switched over to Plex, I was like, great, I don't have to pay for this anymore. I use the economy in game to buy it, and I don't have to pay anymore. Great. And you saw a pickup in the amount of people because they were like, oh, cool. Like, I don't have to pay for it anymore. I can play in game and make the ISK in game, and boom. And so you had more players. It was a healthier game, and more people talked about it, and they had a nice little uptick. And then CCP kind of grinded into the ground, you know. So, but it's coming back. I think Eve's going to be one of those types of games that's going to be around forever. Honestly, I really